that every American should have cause to know and to memorize. All three occurred during the War of Independence. The first is the publication of the Unanimous Declaration of Independence on the 4th of July, 1776. This created the Union, known as the United States. The then colonies redefined themselves over a period of years, first as the United Colonies and later as estates. The soil jurisdiction holdings were defined as private holdings of separate nations, and the geographic bounds of what would become states were recognized as e-states belonging to the people living within those boundaries, both as public and private holdings. In the Roman system of nomenclature, which is the devising or choosing of names for things, especially in a science or other discipline, the body or system of names in a particular field. This gave rise to states including New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, etc., while in the English nomenclature, it gave rise to New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire. The second is the creation of the United States of America on the 9th of September, 1776. This created the Federation of States, an unincorporated holding company. This secondary union represents the international land and sea jurisdiction, which underlies the soil of each e-state, and the international powers accorded to each state, which are combined for mutual aid and benefit. This federation of unincorporated states is the doing business as name of the American states and of the people. The third is the creation of the States of America on the 1st of March, 1781. This Confederation of States was formed under the Articles of Confederation to serve as an incorporated business structure, doing business in the global jurisdiction of the air under the charter of several states and in their mutual benefit. Both the United States and the United States of America are unincorporated entities, freestanding and existing under the direct provisions of the sovereign states and the people. By contrast, the United States of America was created as a separate charter business enterprise of the several states and the people to provide essential government services in the realm of global commerce. This was a clear progression and delegation of power inherent to its process. The e-states and national jurisdiction gave rise to the states, international jurisdiction, and the states gave rise to the states of states, global commerce jurisdiction. There is an equally distinct progress in kind. The Union, known as the United States, is corporate, in that it stands apart from each separate and sovereign e-state, and so our federation doing business as United States of America, but neither one of these entities are incorporated. They are independent, freestanding entities that are designed to do mutual business for the e-states of the living people and the e-states of the lawful people of this country in two separate jurisdictions, national and international, respectively. The Confederation began in 1781, is chartered by the individual states and incorporated by them using the Articles of Confederation. The difference is akin to the difference between two independent businesses and commercial corporation. Thus, you may think of Massachusetts as an independent business and the United States of America as a federation of independent businesses. You may also think of Massachusetts and the people thereof granting a charter to the state of Massachusetts and then authorizing its membership in a confederation of a similar state of state franchises doing business as the States of America. There are also three different entities right from the start: separate in name, separate in jurisdiction, separate in date of creation, and separate in kind: union, federation, and confederation. So therefore, the United States of America, and the States of America each served a different function and were designed to operate in different capacities. The United States, a union of states formed by the unanimous declaration, derives its existence from the E-states and the living people of this country. The United States of America derives its existence from the land jurisdiction states and the lawful persons known as the people of each state. The States of America derives its existence from the states and the people granting charters to the states of states, and thence to their confederation. The States of America, the Confederation of States, is missing the piece that went offline during the Civil War. This country has been operating like a 12-cylinder engine, firing on 6 cylinders ever since, and nobody bothered to explain the situation to the populace so that this could be corrected. Therein lies the specific gross breach of trust amounting to fraud, which has been committed against us by our own government service subcontractors and employees, both military and federal civil service. People often ask me about Q and the plan. It seems like the elements in the military intelligence communities have been working for some time to correct their operations and honor their actual service to commitment. I have no argument against Q and their treatment of the deep state actors as criminals. For such, they are. This is not now and never has been about politics, race, religion, or much of anything other than fraud and commercial crimes. This is all about identity theft, impersonation, constructive fraud, unlawful conversion of assets, inland piracy, human trafficking, enslavement, illegal scrutinization, patent, trademark, and copyright fraud, and infringement, press ganging, extortion, racketeering, kidnapping, collusion, conspiracy against the constitutions, and a host of other heinous crimes, mostly of a commercial nature, and all other crimes committed against the people of this country and our estates. Perhaps it was the existence of the 800 FEMA camps and industrial-scale foreign military operations staging out of free trade zones within these United States that finally jolted at least some members, Patriots of the Joint Chiefs. It kind of awoke them and alerted patriotic members of the officer corps and other maybe senior enlisted. Maybe it was our general civil orders issued on July 4th of 2014, denying them any plausible deniability that kicked the football hard enough to get things moving. So long as the ball is moving in the right direction and the restoration of our good order and public safety is secured, we can't complain about their initiative and the arrest of large number of criminals. We have done some research and come up with an estimate that if the law already standing on the books were to be satisfied, upward of 2 million people in this country would have to be arrested and charged with heinous offenses against their fellow man and against the lawful government of this country. We must, however, point out that these actions are not, by themselves, sufficient to restore the government we adhere to, nor provide it for its future or corrective functioning. In order to get the 12-cylinder engine back up and running, we have to assemble our states of the Union. We have to severely charter new American states of states and restore States of America Confederation in order to do all that. Beyond that, we must invest in educating a great many people about their actual government and the responsibility for it.
The Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies. Foreign and domestic. And to bear true faith.
Self-governance begins in infancy with attitudes learned and responsibilities accepted at home, at school, at work, and in the social fabric of this country. It cannot be achieved by promotion of dependency and victimhood and unearned trust. Our country has been steered off track deliberately and kept off track for generations by foreign interest who mistook us as friends, allies, and treaty partners. They have used us as gun fodder in their wars of profit and stolen us and steered us in the wrong direction, stolen from us blind for over 150 years.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do you solemnly swear?
It cannot be supposed that restoration of our government or our educational system can happen overnight after such a long and damaging period of abuse by these foreign powers and misdirected public employees with their oaths in the wrong place. Instead, we must patiently expose and understand the rot that we are dealing with and secure as much assistance, goodwill, and understanding as possible going forward. This system, the same system of deceit, impersonation, identity theft, and commercial criminality has been infested not only in the U.S. territorial and municipal governments, but similar unincorporated government services, corporations worldwide, almost in every single country. Almost all people are under a system of this. So by all means, you all better hope the Q plan materialize. But let's not fall asleep again and think, oh goody, things are back on track. Because it'll take a major work from all of us on all of our parts to finally accomplish the restoration of our self-governance, to be truly free. I am Michael. This is a Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed to each and every one of you worldwide. Thank you so much, and God bless each and every one of you. Make sure you're subscribed, like, share, and comment. Take a look in the description box. We are heavily shadow banned. Thank you.